It is almost that time, my dear friends. A Nintendo Direct. September 4th, Wednesday, 2019, 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern, roughly 40 minutes of information on Switch games in 2019, including Pokemon Sword and Shield and Luigi's Mansion 3. It wasn't that hard to expect a Direct within the first or second week of September. We get a September Direct literally every single year, ever since 2012 minus 2015. But the fact that we're getting a September Direct essentially at the beginning of the month, hell yeah, let's go, 40 minutes. It's gonna be a lot of games to talk about, but what will those games be? Gee, you asked for my opinion. Oh my god, I feel so... I'm kidding. I mean, obviously you clicked on this because you want to know what my thoughts are and predictions and everything, but what do I predict for this Direct? What do you guys think? Actually, let's start this off with what do you guys think. Comment down below, either before or after the video. Give me your predictions. I want to see what you guys are thinking of. But before I give mine, as far as my reaction concerned for the Direct, I'm either going to be streaming in real time for my phone, or I'll upload a recorded reaction from my phone, or I'll just upload like hours after the Direct. Because at my college there's an esports club and there's the Smash Bros tryouts that takes place during this Direct, and I'm trying to see if I can make the team. So, yeah, either expect a low quality reaction or decent. I can't even say good because I need to upgrade all my stuff like now. Or expect a decent quality reaction, like probably at like 10, 11, maybe even midnight that same day. But my predictions for this Direct, let's get this out of the way. Smash Bros, we're gonna get a character reveal. We're gonna see Banjo there. Like, I think a lot of us expect Smash at this point. I'm not gonna say the character's name, because there's a certain leak going around. Literally every single source is talking about this character. There was that copyright thing. Like, and by copyright, I mean there was like a little ad for the next fighter in the Fighter's Pass. In this little notice, I forget where specifically, that said one new fighter, one new stage, several music tracks, and at the bottom it read a copyright description of the company that owns that specific brand or character or whatever. The same thing happened with Joker and Hero. The company of that specific leak was under the copyright thing, so we can get a really good idea of what this character will be. I think you could guess who it is. It starts with a T, and his last name starts with a B. Not gonna say who, but if you know what I'm talking about regarding those leaks, if you follow me on Twitter, I'm pretty sure we all know that character's gonna be in. But as far as the fifth character goes, that's gonna be iffy. But the other prediction I got for Smash, we're gonna get a brief look at Banjo-Kazooie. I'm almost positive we're gonna get a brief look, and then next week we're gonna get an in-depth look like we got with Joker and Hero. They had their own little video presentations before they got dropped as DLC in Smash Ultimate. I think we're gonna get the same thing with Banjo next week, because I'm almost positive this is a Famitsu scan, or if it was a random Japanese ad. I'm almost positive it's Famitsu, but there was a Japanese ad like advertising Banjo-Kazooie for Smash Bros, and they have dates to take down those certain ads. For the Banjo-Kazooie one, it's set to take it down by September 14th. So that makes me think we're gonna get Banjo-Kazooie in Smash Ultimate either this week or at the latest next week. I'm almost positive it's gonna be next week. I feel like they're gonna tease Banjo and then be like, stay tuned for a video presentation within the coming week or so to get a better look at him. As far as a date, they could do that here, but again, they could do that in the video presentation. I think we're gonna get a tease of Banjo, and without me spoiling the character, other than like the first initial of his or her first and last name, I'm almost positive we're gonna get a character reveal this trailer. I'm almost positive that's where we're gonna start out with, as a matter of fact. Oh yeah, not only will we get a tease of Banjo, I think they're gonna go a little bit further, and we're gonna get a Banjo-Kazooie port coming to the Switch, shadow dropped, either the same day or within the next 2 days. Because Banjo-Kazooie, you know Banjo-Kazooie could be a big push for people, well, not even a push for the online, but like Banjo-Kazooie is like super freaking popular, as we all know, very damn well these past couple months. So I think a Banjo port would be reasonable with Banjo-Kazooie coming to Smash, with Banjo originating on the Nintendo 64, and with Microsoft and Nintendo's friendship just getting like bigger and better. As far as Luigi's Mansion and Pokemon goes, we'll start with Pokemon. I don't think we're going to get that much regarding Pokemon, because they usually reveal more stuff on their own. In this Direct, I feel if we get like 4 or 5 minutes of Pokemon in this, I'll be shocked. But I could see them like going over a brief thing, like, I don't know, like a little area, or like maybe a couple like battle clips, some gameplay. I could see us getting like some evolutions, like we see the middle stage evolutions of the starters. Maybe a new Pokemon or two, maybe a new gym leader or two. I don't think we could get that much more beyond that. I mean, we can, but I don't see us getting more beyond that. As for Luigi's Mansion, I feel like there's gotta be some new mechanic or a new mode they may be hiding. We've seen a decent amount of this game already since E3, and there's a lot of new stuff. I think we could probably see a few new portrait ghosts, but I feel like they could be holding out on a new mode since this game comes out in almost 2 months. So I don't think they would take that long just to go over Luigi's Mansion and like a couple other tidbits, unless they would have like a new game mode. If Pokemon and Luigi's Mansion are going to be the biggest focuses of this direct, I feel like they would have to like stretch it out for like 5 minutes, because like these multi-focus directs, like there was one like several months ago where Fire Emblem, Mario Tennis Aces, I think it was like last March, where those games were like the biggest no, not last March, March of March of 2018. Jesus Christ, because Mario Tennis Aces came out in like the middle of 2018. Like the Mario Tennis Aces, not Tennis Aces Direct, but there was a Nintendo Direct where Mario Tennis Aces was like a big focus. Fire Emblem was also a big focus. Like that kind of Direct, where those types of games got like at least 5 minutes of footage and screen time. I feel like we would get a decent look at Luigi's Mansion 3 for that. I'm having a somewhat difficult time wrapping my head around Pokemon getting that same amount, because Pokemon Company usually reveals a lot of the stuff regarding its games on their own. Like, during E3, during the actual Nintendo Direct, we only got like a look at the Water-type gym in Nessa. Then beyond that, we got a better look at the game and like other details during the Treehouse, which is a different story. But during Directs, Pokemon doesn't really go that far. So, I mean, I'll be happy if we get 5 more minutes of Pokemon stuff and it's more than what I predicted, but like, I'll be shocked if we even get that close. As far as other stuff, I think this is a given. This is a leak I'm gonna spoil. So, Amazon leaked official Nintendo licensed Overwatch themed Switch case, pulled it immediately from their store the minute it got leaked out online. Overwatch is coming to the Switch. They're going to announce that this direct. I think that's a done deal. I don't think Overwatch has any tie-ins with Smash. I don't think Tracer or any of Overwatch's characters are going to be in Smash. I feel like people were hyping that up way too much like a week ago when Tracer was trending on Twitter. But Overwatch, it's like one of the biggest games out there this past generation. It'd be a big win for them to get it on the Switch. And not only that, I'm going to tie that into another one, because it's almost been a year since Nintendo Switch Online has been released. I feel like they would use Overwatch to push it again, because people's subscriptions are going to end like around the end of this month. For them to use Overwatch to bolster the sales of Nintendo Switch Online and get people to reinvest, I feel like that would do a good job, because Overwatch is stupidly popular, along with the idea of us getting SNES games, because they've exhausted the shit out of their NES library in NSO. And not only that, they literally people data mined like files for SNES games in the Nintendo Switch Online service like months ago. Like, this seems like the best time for them to announce, hey, we're gonna put some SNES games. We're gonna put Super Mario World in there. We're gonna put Super Metroid, Star Fox, Kirby Superstar, F-Zero, Pilot Wings, Super Metroid, etc., Donkey Kong Country, etc. And it would help people like get a bigger incentive to play NSO, which, I mean, thank God, hopefully we get SNES games, but like, we got a lot more with past online services with Nintendo systems. I mean, I know I'm being the dead horse, but it's just so dumb how, I mean, personally, like, I'm not a fan of NSO. I feel like it does a bad job trying to like validate its $20 price point when it's been free before, and we've had more content when it was free, along with the online actually being, I don't even know if I call it better. It's roughly the same. Like, I haven't had much luck with having good, non-laggy, consistent matches with Smash lately, so my experience with online for Switch has been kind of bad. It may be different for you, but personally, I do not like Nintendo Switch Online. It is not that good of a service. It doesn't justify the price point, which, yeah, that's a whole topic for a whole other story. But SNES games, I feel like now's the time. It's been a year since the service came out. This would be a good reason, at least a good enough reason for a handful of people to get back into NSO, other than just playing online games. Oh yeah, another obvious one, Zelda, because that game comes out in like 3 weeks, Zelda Link's Awakening. I don't know how much they could show off regarding that game, other than like, I guess they could show off Wart, because we finally got to look at how Wart looks like in that game after 21 years of being dead. That game does look good though, I think I might get that. But I think we're going to get a brief look at Zelda. Capcom literally released the trailer for the Mega Man Zero collection. I think they're going to show off that. A Hat in Time and Yooka-Laylee in the Impossible Lair. That was given its own like little reveal like a few weeks ago. I think they're going to like show that off really briefly here. I think we're going to get a better look at Town, that Game Freak's working on. Untitled Goose Game comes out in a few weeks. I think they're going to show off that very briefly. I got a few that like they're kind of safe, but like at the same time it's like, ooh, maybe? Like, nothing big yet. We'll get to the big ones soon. But as far as like interesting ones, I feel like it could be possible for us to get Super Mario Party 2. Because if you look at Super Mario Party, that released like last fall. When did that release? October? September? Last fall. But that game literally sold 7 million copies. And I don't think it would be that unreasonable to expect either a sequel to Super Mario Party within this upcoming holiday or sometime within the first half of next year. Because if you guys remember back in the GameCube days, literally in the mid-2000s, they used to shell out Mario Party games like they were in a factory. Like every single year, we got Mario Party 4, 5, 6, and 7. All 4 of those games came out a year after one another. And Super Mario Party was a game that deserved DLC. That game was lacking in like creativity in boards and board numbers, along with its other side modes just being underwhelming in some aspects. Super Mario Party is fun, don't get me wrong, but it needed more boards. Those boards get old really quickly, and in my opinion, they're not as creative as past boards have been. Even like Mario Parties 9 and 10. Even Mario Parties 9 and 10 had more creative boards than Super Mario Party, in my opinion. So I feel like they would capitalize on making much more creative boards, bigger boards, and a bigger number of boards, along with good mini games, and just keep the base roster from Super Mario Party in the sequel, because you'd think they would add all that stuff in DLC, which Super Mario Party never got. So maybe Super Mario Party, maybe. If not here, maybe like sometime within 2020. I feel like that's not that far of a stretch at all. This one, kind of a bigger out there prediction, just by a margin. I think we could get a Warioware or a Wario Land game announcement, because it has been a while since the last console Wario game. What was it? Game & Wario on Wii U, like 2011, 2012, somewhere around there. So it's been like over half a decade. WarioWare Gold was really good, but that was essentially a swan song for 3DS. WarioWare would actually lend itself really good on Switch, even though I think I prefer a Wario adventure game a lot more. But WarioWare or Wario Land, probably WarioWare just to be safe. That would be a really good bet. Actually, it just hit me, because Astral Chain finally came out. Platinum Games is done with Astral Chain, and I think it's doing good, like, critical reception-wise. This would be a good time for them to see how far they've got with Bayonetta 3, because they announced that like 2 years ago at Game Awards 2017. They said nothing on that game ever since. It's been almost 2 years since then. And I doubt Platinum Games is too small for them to like struggle with working with 2 games, especially with Nintendo constantly supporting them over and over. Well, I don't even know if that plays a huge factor in it. But considering they're done with Astral Chain, I feel like they'd have to have made some leeway with Bayonetta 3 in developing that one. I feel like it could be reasonable to think we get Bayonetta 3. Not entirely certain. Maybe, not entirely sure. I do feel a little bit more confident we could get a Dragon Quest game on the Switch. Like maybe a collection of Dragon Quests 1 through 3 or 4, or maybe Dragon Quest 8 comes to Switch. Because if I'm remembering this right, correct me in the comments below, because I know nothing about Dragon Quest. Dragon Quest 8 wasn't on a Nintendo console. Am I wrong? I have no idea, but some kind of Dragon Quest port, collection, whatever. Ever since Hero got in Smash, I feel like Dragon Quest on Switch seems easy to do, especially since Dragon Quest has been on Nintendo systems for a really long while. They usually do really good. Oh yeah, Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles never got a date. I think we're gonna get a date for that. And we could probably see another Final Fantasy game make it to Switch, like 13 or something. Because we got 7, 8, 10, 10-2. Yeah, 8 just came out on Switch, actually. And 11. So Final Fantasy, another Final Fantasy game on Switch plus a Crystal Chronicles release date, seems relatively expected because of how much Square Enix has been pushing Final Fantasy on the Switch, and it's been doing really good in sales as well. It's kind of cool. Here's another safe one. I think we're gonna get a look at Mario and Sonic at the Tokyo Olympics, because if I remember right, I didn't really dig that deep into this leak / rumor because I wanted to be surprised, because this is something I want from Mario and Sonic. I hear the roster got leaked and it's actually bigger than it was these past 3 Mario and Sonic games, which I hope it's true. But if the roster's bigger, please, for the love of God, do not make them guest characters where they're only playable for like 1 or 2 events. Please, because like Rio, Mario and Sonic, I said this in my last Direct predictions video. Mario and Sonic at Rio introduced like 20 new characters. Yes, thank you. Unfortunately, like all of them were locked behind like a single event. A single event you can only play with those characters, which is so stupid considering the massive like cast Mario and Sonic have. I don't think this franchise has made any major advancements ever since, debatably, London, because I think people say London's the peak of the series, even though the first Olympic Winter Games is probably my favorite. But other than that, like, make the roster bigger and let me play as Rosalina, freaking, like, Jet the Swallow, who else? Diddy Kong. I'm trying to remember who else was playable in Rio. I remember most of the Mario characters. I don't care that much about Zavok or Zaz. I don't care about the Deadly Six, but like, what was it? Freaking Espio the Chameleon, Rouge the Bat. Yeah, like just add more playable characters and make them playable beyond the one event they would do good in. I think Rosalina was only playable in the Ribbons one, and Zavok was only playable in the boxing one. Like, make the roster bigger for the entire game, not just for select events, please. Dream Event's coming back, thank you for that one, I'm happy about that, but make the roster bigger. Otherwise, Mario and Sonic at the Tokyo Olympics, given that leak, I'm pretty sure it's a safe bet at this point. I don't want to flood this with too much Mario, to be honest, because, I mean, you guys know what kind of channel I am, but like, it's gotta be annoying hearing, okay, you know what, let's not use Mario for this particular prediction. How about it? I feel it in my gut for this one. We're gonna go stupid for this one. I feel it in my gut. It feels like the right time for this to happen. Like, whether an HD port or a sequel, can we get Kid Icarus on Switch? I feel it in my gut. It feels like a better time here for a Kid Icarus game on Switch to be announced than before. Am I setting myself up for disappointment? Am I being stupid? Hell yeah! I don't give a shit! I want Kid Icarus on Switch so freaking bad, my dudes. Oh my god. Uprising. If you have a 3DS, you haven't played Uprising, I don't care if the 3DS is dead. Leave and get that game. That's literally the best 3DS game I've ever played. But, it deserves a chance on Switch. It would do so good on Switch. Oh my god. But I could literally make it my own video on Kid Icarus in the future. Would it be that unreasonable to think we could get a Kirby announcement in this Direct? Not for this year. Oh yeah, by the way, the description for this Direct says it's focused on 2019 games. That's almost never true, 100%. They always announce, like, at least a couple games for, like, the later years. I feel like we could get some 2020 announcements in this Direct, one of which, potentially a Kirby announcement, along with that Warioware prediction I made earlier, along with, I forget the other ones, but I feel like some of the announcements I made, or non-announcements, predictions I made, plus potential announcements we get in the Direct, I feel like we could get a couple announcements for 2020 games, not just 2019, because 2019 isn't looking that, like, for the rest of it at least, for this upcoming holiday, the amount of games, at least for first parties, isn't that big in terms of, like, sheer number. For quality, yes, Luigi's Mansion, Zelda Link's Awakening HD, Pokemon Sword and Shield, like, those are definitely, like, some of the biggest games Nintendo's got under their belt right now, especially Pokemon and Zelda, but beyond that, there's not that much for 2019, so I feel like they would have to squeeze some games in for 2020 just to get some hype and traction going into the next year. And I feel like they could do that with a Kirby announcement, because it's been a while since Star Allies wrapped up development, and I feel like they could just use that game's engine and make any improvements for the next Kirby game people had issues with regarding Star Allies. Me personally, I want another sequel to Kirby Air Ride. but I know that's not gonna happen. Or Air Ride's such a fun game, by the way. But yeah, something Kirby related, maybe. We could actually, Mario Maker 2 could get DLC. Now that I'm thinking about it. I don't know how many copies the game sold, but I know the game sold ridiculously well. It's Mario Maker 2. And I think they could get away with, well, not get away, I feel like they could be developing a brand new theme for the game. Like a Super Mario Land 2 theme, or like, I don't know, a Mario Odyssey theme or something like that. A brand new theme for the game, I feel like could be something to expect. If not that, then like maybe like a couple extra like tools you could tinker around with. Because they added extra tools in Mario Maker 1 as DLC. Yeah, they like added, I think they added those like those key coins along with like extra checkpoints and extra door. I forget specifics, but they did add extra tools and like little mechanics you could like put into levels in Mario Maker on Wii U. I feel like we could get the same thing with Mario Maker 2. And I feel like a new theme wouldn't be that far out of the question either. For them to announce it here, I feel like it's possible. I don't have that many predictions left, to be honest. I think I got 2 more. Yeah, I got 2 more predictions. I think we could. I'm not guaranteeing this. I'm not fully confident behind either one of this. We could see a Mario RPG announced here, shown off. As to which one, I have no clue. I feel slightly more confident it's Mario and Luigi. I feel like it's a little bit too soon for a new announcement regarding a new Paper Mario. Intelligent Systems is done with Fire Emblem Three Houses. They just released that. The game might have DLC, but also Intelligent Systems isn't small enough to where they would have to like divide their studios to work on multiple games. Because we got like 3 different Fire Emblems on 3DS and 2 Paper Marios last gen. And it was revealed that Koei Tecmo was doing most of the heavy lifting for developing Fire Emblem Three Houses. So Intelligent Systems has to have been developing something else on the side, because they're not small enough to just be focusing on Fire Emblem if another company's also helping them. Even if Koei Tecmo wasn't helping them, they're not that small to where they would have to focus on just one game. So I feel like they have to have been working on something new. I think Intelligent Systems works on Warioware too, so a Wario announcement doesn't seem that far out of the picture now that Fire Emblem's out. But a new Mario RPG. Regarding Paper Mario, I feel like it's a little bit too soon. I feel like we could expect a new Paper Mario game like next spring, though I'm not going to completely dismiss the possibility of Paper Mario being announced this direct. I feel more confident in Mario and Luigi because Alpha Dream set out job listings and applications for their teams to grow bigger. Like, it was the middle of 2015, and they wanted people like on the team so they could get to work on making games for PS4, Switch, and I forget the third one. I don't want to say Vita, because isn't the Vita dead? I don't know, but Alpha Dream wants like a bigger development studio. I'm pretty sure they're going to be working with brand new resources and tech if they're going to make a new Mario and Luigi game, the first Mario and Luigi game on Switch. That's going to be a major deal, and they're going to be working with like brand new hardware. They would have to come up with a decent gimmick, since the past 4 Mario and Luigi's relied on the touchscreen. We had Superstar Saga. Superstar Saga managed just fine as a single screen experience, but you would think they would have to work with some new gimmick if they were going to make Mario and Luigi on the Switch specifically. As to what Mario & Luigi 6 could be about, you got me there. I'd love to see a return for the Shroobs, because Bowser's Inside Story teased that, because all the Shroobs were cryogenically frozen in Bowser's freezer in his castle in Bowser's Inside Story. There was the optional boss fight with the Shroobs. So, a return to, or like, a freaking rebellion with the Shroobs coming back, like in Partners in Time. That'd be pretty cool. Either way, Mario & Luigi on Switch, I'd be super stoked to see what that looks like. HD Mario & Luigi? That would look really freaking cool. And I think I got one more, which, if you guys saw my recent Mario video, I think you know where I'm going with this. I think this is essentially a lock. It's just a matter of time. Will it be announced in this direct? There's a chance it will. There's a chance it won't. If not here, then there's a better chance it'll be announced either the next direct in 2020 or E3 of next year. I could bet my own soul we're gonna get a sequel to Mario Odyssey. I feel like there's a decent chance we could get a similar reveal for that, like we got with Breath of the Wild 2 during E3. Like right towards the very end of this direct, they'd be like we would get like this little like gameplay snippet, or like we would see like this landscape, and we would be questioned, it's like, is this, and then you see Mario, and then like just like with Breath of the Wild 2 would be like a sequel to Super Mario Odyssey is now in development. I could see them getting away with a tease like that in this direct, because they don't have to announce a sequel to Odyssey or even like a brand new 3D Mario game during E3 every single time. Because last I checked, yeah, even Odyssey wasn't even announced at E3. It was teased like 2 Octobers ago in 2016, when the Switch was first teased. But the first trailer for Odyssey, the first proper trailer, was in January. They don't have to like reveal a 3D Mario every single E3. They could just shove these in like these random directs in spring or fall. An Odyssey 2 announcement or teaser here, I don't think that'd be that far out of the realm of possibility. Like I said, I feel like Odyssey 2 is a lock at this point. Like, Breath of the Wild sold tremendously well that it got a sequel. It's like the most highly acclaimed Zelda. And Mario Odyssey's barely that far off the mark in terms of 3D Marios. It's the best-selling 3D Mario. Odyssey's like in the top 3 highest attach rates regarding Switch games. What else do we got? Mario Galaxy 2. Because the first Galaxy game was overflowing with a bunch of ideas, they just shoved them all in Galaxy 2. Exactly what happened with Breath of the Wild. They had so many ideas for DLC in the base game. Alan Numa's like, let's just make a sequel. And I'm pretty sure Odyssey has like almost the exact same case. And if they want a second heavy hitter to like replicate 2017, announcing an Odyssey sequel for 2020, because I feel like Breath of the Wild 2 is also going to be 2020, but announcing an Odyssey sequel for 2020 seems very, very, very reasonable and valid. Plus Odyssey 2 would be hella killer. Just touch up on some of the... I delved into it much more deeply in a video I made like a couple weeks ago, what I want in Super Mario Odyssey 2, go check that out. But I feel like an Odyssey 2 announcement here, a teaser, seems decently likely. If I'm wrong, fine. I feel like it's just a matter of time. They could announce it in a spring direct. They could announce it next year's E3. I can wait. It can wait. Doesn't matter. Either way, I feel like we're in for a good show. I was kind of struggling with what kind of predictions I was making at the beginning, like this morning when I heard this announcement, but as the day progressed, I'm like, you know what? A lot of this stuff seems relatively reasonable. If I'm wrong, it's whatever. It's Nintendo. It's rare for me to go wrong with Nintendo unless you really screw up with Paper Mario. Oh yeah, actually, no. That's not my last prediction. Going back to Paper Mario really quickly. Imagine if that remastered Thousand Year Door movement actually made a quicker impact than I thought. It definitely made some kind of impact. Would it actually like make an impact for us to get a Thousand Year Door remake like this soon? Imagine. That'd be so funny. That'd be kind of funny. But like it'd be funny in that we would actually get that Thousand Year Door remaster within like the coming months or like the beginning of next year, but like we actually gave that message, like we want a Paper Mario like that. Like I'm saying this as a hypothetical. I don't know if I'm really gonna like go through with this prediction 100%, but imagine if that remastered Thousand Year Door movement actually managed to make that big of a push and that big of an impact this freaking fast. Because I think that movement only lasted like it only birthed like a month ago, so. That'd be so funny. But either way, I feel like we're in for a good show this direct. Unfortunately, I'm probably gonna miss it when it happens, but I think we're in for a lot of announcements. We've got Pokemon, we got Luigi's Mansion, Smash is essentially a guarantee, Overwatch, Zelda. I'm pretty sure we're gonna see a good chunk of third parties too. Ukulele, Hat in Time, Untitled Goose Game, the likely Final Fantasy, likely Dragon Quest, Mario and Sonic. We gotta get something Mario related. It'd be cool if we got a Mario plus Rabbids sequel too, but I think we're in for a good show. My hype's like somewhere around like a 7 to 8 out of 10, like C+, B-. Like, I feel like we're gonna get a good chunk of good game announcements, especially some new ones, because 40 minutes is a lot of time. Even if you got like focuses like Sword and Shield and Luigi's Mansion 3, I feel like you could squeeze a good chunk of new big games to announce, whether this year, next year, either case. You could spare a lot of games within 40 minutes. So I feel like there's enough here to expect to be excited about. I just feel like I'm gonna keep my expectations and hype cautiously optimistic. Like, I'll keep them in check. Because I can't think of that much beyond, like big, huge, crazy announcements that I feel like should/want to happen, like Odyssey 2 or Kid Icarus HD or something like that. Or a Mario and Luigi game. I think that could do it for this video. But Smash, Luigi's Mansion, Pokemon, Overwatch, Zelda Link's Awakening, Odyssey 2 teaser at the very end, maybe, SNES games coming to to the Nintendo Switch Online, Mega Man Zero Collection, WarioWare, Super Mario Party 2, Kid Icarus HD maybe, that's more of a want than anything else, A Hat in Time, Yooka-Laylee, A Possible Lair, Bayonetta 3, Town, Untitled Goose Game, Dragon Quest, Final Fantasy, Mario Maker 2 DLC, Kirby, a Mario RPG, and Mario and Sonic. Oh, at least half of that seems, like, palpable. You can't deny, like, you might be sending them too high. No, Mario and Sonic, Pokemon, Luigi's Mansion, like, I think this all seems relatively reasonable. It's fine if I'm wrong. I'm just one dude. I'm one Nintendo fan. Don't take it too seriously if I'm wrong. I'm no leaker. I don't even work with Nintendo, so relax. I think that could do it for this video. Do you guys have any similar predictions? Do you guys have the same predictions as I do? Do you have anything else? Do you think I'm wrong? Do you think you have predictions of your own I didn't even mention that you think could happen in this direct? Let me know down below. I appreciate you guys for watching this prediction. Stay tuned for a reaction and a follow-up discussion regarding the direct, as we have less than 24 hours. It's only a matter of time till we get a potentially big bombshell. Oh boy, Banjo. I want to play Banjo on my channel, actually. I think I'm going to release a channel update soon, because there's a lot of shit going through my mind and a bunch of different stuff in my own personal life I probably should address, because there's certain things I want to do with this channel. I got plans. But other than that, stay tuned for the direct, and just stay super in general.